So first note, a constant function is continuous at all points of real number. First note, a constant function is continuous at all points of real number. So that is f of x is equal to constant functions. F of x is equal to k is 0 or non-zero. So for all x belongs to real number. For all x belongs to real number. So this is a constant functions. Constant function is everywhere continuous on real number. There is no point of discontinuity. So none of the points on R, a constant function is so discontinuous. F of x is, so every point of real number is continuous because this is a constant functions. This is a constant functions. Either a functions graph is y is equal to or f of x is equal to k, right? So this is the constant functions graph. First year the relations functions, the constant functions graph, it never ends, so there is no breakage on the graph of the functions. Therefore it is a continuous functions. Each and every point on real number, this is real number, each and every point on real number, so constant function is continuous. Constant function is continuous functions, right? So next note is a note number 1. Note number 1. So note number 2 is a note number 2. Polynomial function is continuous. Polynomial function is continuous. Polynomial function is continuous at each point of real number. At each point of real number. At each point of real number. So polynomial function is so a0 into x power n plus a1 into x power n minus 1 plus a2 into x power n minus 2 up to so on plus so a1 into x plus a0, right? So this is the polynomial of degree n. So the polynomial of degree, so this is this is an minus 1, this is an, right? This is a polynomial of degree n, right? So this function is always continuous function in every real number. In whole real number alli polynomial functions continuous agutte because so a limit f of x agar x tends to what anta nodidre illi real number is a set, choose an arbitrary number. So suppose c is an arbitrary number of real number, c is an arbitrary point of real number is equal to, so limit x tends to c, f of x is what? a0 into x power n plus a1 into x power n minus 1 plus up to so on plus an minus 1 x plus an. Okay, so apply the limits, apply the left hand limits and right hand limit. So what is the limiting value? So a0 c power n plus a1 c power n minus 1 up to so on plus an minus 1 into c plus an. This is the limiting value. So what is the value of the functions? So f of c, put x is equal to c here, put x is equal to c. What happens? So a0 into c power n plus a1 into c power n minus 1 plus up to so on plus an minus 1 c plus an. So this is the left hand limit and right hand limit. This is the value of the functions. Value of the function is equal to, so the limiting value of f of x at x is equal to c. Therefore f of x is continuous. F of x is continuous at x is equal to c. What is c? C is an any real number. C is any real number because C is arbitrary real number. C ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಟಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆದಾಗೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಪಾಲಿನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೊ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ is f of x is equal to so g of x divided by h of x form alito. So f of x is equal to g of x divided by f of x. So f of x, this is the one function. This is g of x divided by h of x. Individually g of x and h of x are functions. So g of x by h of x nothing but f of x. F of x is continuous at every point of real number. At every point of real number except h of x is equal to 0 at the point of real number. Andre so suppose h of a is equal to 0. H of a is equal to 0. Agare a so f of x is not continuous at x is equal to a. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ so f of x everywhere continuous. So everywhere continuous at every point of real number ಅಲ್ಲಿ f of x continuous ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ f of x ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ g of x ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ f of x ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ f of x is continuous so whole real number except h of x is equal to 0. h of x is equal to 0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ so h of a. So a is what? A real number. a is a arbitrary real number. ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ h of x 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲಾ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ f of x ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. These are rational functions. So g of x is a polynomial function, h of x is polynomial functions, rational functions. G of x is polynomial, h of x is polynomial. Already we know that. It's a polynomial functions nodidi. So g of x is polynomial. So every polynomial function is continuous and real number. Ivattane one second note nodidivi. H of x is also polynomial function, is continuous function. Quotient of two continuous function is continuous functions nodidvi. Algebra of continuous functions alli. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಎಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಪಾಲಿನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಆ ರ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಹುಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ ನೋಟ್